Hi, and welcome to my channel. In this video we are talking about the recent 4.6-second half banners, Wanderer and BAIZHU, the 5 stars, and we'll also talk about BAIZHU, Rerun, and Layla, the 4-star characters, and of course the weapon banner. In this video, we'll be comparing their strengths, versatility, and overall value to help you decide who's worth your precious primo gems. So, let's get started. First, we will talk about BAIZHU, the Catalyst Dendro character, who in my opinion doesn't always get the attention he deserves even though he's quite versatile and can help with clearing the abyss quite smoothly. With BAIZHU, you can enjoy experimenting with different team compositions. He's particularly useful on teams with Novelette, and he's also a good all-rounder for Spread, Aggravate, Burgeon, and Hyperbloom teams. While he might not be the top pick, but he can enhance your gameplay experience. If you're aiming to balance out your roster, or need more Dendro characters, or are looking for reliable healing options, BAIZHU could be a good addition. However, he's not a must-have, especially considering there are other Dendro healers available like Yao Yao. BAIZHU's strengths and weaknesses. Strengths: extremely comfortable party healing from his elemental skill. Off-field Dendro application on his burst. HP % scaling benefits both his healing and Dendro buffs. Weaknesses: high energy requirements. Dendro application is below average in AoE situations. Shield can act as an interrupt resist, but not as a reliable protection against big hits. Overall, pulling for BAIZHU is unlikely to disappoint as a new player. Wanderer is a solid character. I personally love him as he was my first 5-star, so he has got a special place in my heart. Do comment who was your first 5-star character. Getting back to the video, even though he is a great character, but investing in him can be quite time-taking and challenging to make the most out of him. You'll need Rerun at C6 or a high-level 5-star weapon along with strong artifacts like Desert Pavilion Chronicle set and high talent levels. He's considered a hyper carry, especially for the Abyss, but this requires significant investment. If you manage to get Rerun to C6, it opens up various team options, enhancing his performance. Without C6 Rerun, he might feel like a less effective DPS. Wanderer's playstyle involves dodging attacks to maintain damage output, which requires practice and familiarity. While he rewards dedicated players with good investment, he might not be the best choice for beginners. Nonetheless, he's great for exploration, especially with his ability to fly. For teams, you will either want a mix of 2 different elements of Pyro, Cryo, Electro, or Hydro, or another Anemo that can support him. Most of his teams require either Rerun or Bennett as their abilities to increase Anemo damage and attack respectively, and will greatly benefit his DPS. Luckily Bennett is currently available in the Star Glitter shop. With Wanderer, Rerun, Layla, and Bennett, you'll have a well-rounded team composition. Overall, if you are willing to put in the effort, Wanderer can be a valuable addition to your team. Strengths and weaknesses. Strengths: normal attacks, have a wide AoE, can do an infinite number of strong charged attacks when floating. Flexible rotations, due to low cooldowns, can provide consistent Anemo damage and swirls. Buff stats based on swirled element enabling various kinds of teams, can deal damage even when dodging. Amazing at exploration because of its floating ability. Weaknesses: low base damage, without buffs or reactions. Low base HP and defense. No resistance to interruption. Even when floating, Wanderer can still get hit by attacks. Recommended to have at least one shielder or healer in any team. Expensive to build since all talents are required. Without shields, Scaramouche is very vulnerable to interruption. Now, let's talk about the 4-star characters alongside Wanderer and BAIZHU. For BAIZHU, compatibility isn't a big concern. BAIZHU pairs well with any solid 4-star character. Rerun is a standout character, especially if you manage to get her to C6. However, there isn't much synergy between Rerun and BAIZHU, as they're unlikely to be on the same team. BAIZHU functions really well as off-field support. Her burst spreads Electro easily and decreases any damage taken while in effect. Although BAIZHU isn't very useful with Wanderer, she is a good character especially for beginners, so it's good if you get her. Layla is a reliable choice, particularly with her cryo synergy with Wanderer, making her a great partner, especially at C6. She provides interruption resistance and buffs Wanderer's performance. If you're thinking about the weapon banner, I'd suggest avoiding it. While Wanderer generally prefers Tolitola's Remembrance as the best option, there are situations where other weapons like BAIZHU can be a very good option, depending on team composition and playstyle. However, the effectiveness of these weapons can vary, and personally, I have been using BAIZHU. If you don't have any 5-star catalysts, Map a Mare is a great free-to-play option that might be worth considering. As for BAIZHU's weapon, Jadefall Splendor, it's not worth the risk, as it's only marginally better than Prototype Amber. Overall, character banners are a safer bet compared to the weapon banner. So, that's it for today, and thank you for watching the video, and do like the video. I will see you next time. Bye.